Oh, welcome back. Where are my sunglasses? Hang on, I forgot. Luffy, 1 second. Woo!
All right, I'll take us in then.
All right.
I'll take us in then.
Cool as hell out here together. The dynamic duo is back once again. And my God, we are closing in on the end of season 8 of OSS. Oh yeah, hang on.
Other way. There we go.
Found
Dynamic
it.
duo. Let's go.
Boom. Let's go.
All right.
I thought you were doing a freeze frame there for a second. That's why it took me a moment. But we got it. We're a little slow out there, but that's par for the course when you're dealing with Big D. We got at the end of OSS Season 8 coming in, though, Floofies. We got 2 semifinals. We're going to do our first one here tonight with True Synergy Gaming versus In Control. But then we have Omen Esports versus Drugs and Pugs tomorrow night and our grand finals on Sunday. It's been a hell of a tournament. How are you feeling about it so far?
You know, it's bittersweet. We're getting to the end, but with an end brings a new beginning. We're gonna have season 9 at the end of this ESCS season. It's gonna be bigger and better than ever. We gotta finish this season first, but just wait until you see what is cooking up.
Oh yeah, there's quite a bit cooking up in the background here. Season 9 is gonna be better than ever. Season 7, 8, you know, they've been real good. They've been hot Counter-Strike, but we're working to get ourselves on HLTV. We put out that announcement recently. It is a bummer, but you know, we're upwards grinding. We're no strangers in North America to how difficult it can be to get your tournament up there on HLTV. So that's coming in season 9. There's a lot of stuff cooking for season 9, but right now tonight we've got TSG versus In Control. TSG coming off of a heated 3-map series against locally hated In Control, shutting Zomblers down in 2-0 fashion recently. Do you have a favorite horse in this race here tonight, Floofies?
Well, so I was going to look and seeing if these teams had faced each other before, because I was like, I know they have. We've had Crossfire, we've had off-season, we've had ESCA playoffs, and it turns out that these teams did play each other in the ESCA playoffs. And you want to know what happened?
Best of 3 even.
It was a best of 3, and In Control took it in 2. Now, granted, they were a close 2 maps. It was Mirage, it was Nuke, it was 13-11 and 16-14. And Nuke is always one of those anything can happen type maps. So I feel like I still have to give my favorite over to In Control. In the ESCA playoffs, they played with Oxarka. Now they're playing with JS Feltner. I feel like that's a bit of an upgrade. I when they said, oh yeah, we're having Oxarka leave the lineup, I was like, you possibly get. But I'm sorry, Calamity is the upgrade that In Control have pulled.
I think Calamity's the new one.
And I was like, how could you upgrade from Oxarka? Because Oxarka was already a big upgrade for In Control during the last season. But to go from that to Calamity, I do think is going to be spicy.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen how Calamity's performing. I mean, Zomblers were our previous season champions. They were the season 7 champions, and In Control handled them in 2 maps. That was with the oh, I need to send this to Dribbles as well. That was to the I mean, and Calamity performed like a machine that night. I know there's always, I talked to somebody about this recently. I know there's always, especially at the higher ranks of Counter-Strike, there's always this kind of honeymoon period where a new player comes onto a roster and they're kind of on their best behavior for the first month or 6 weeks or so, right? So the jury remains to be, it is still out whether or not this is gonna stick like this, but if In Control keeps playing the way they have been, yeah, I think they could take the entire tournament, honestly. That being said, TSG is a scrappy team. I mean, these are strong players. These guys just qualified as well for they made it through the EPL Open qualifier and qualified for the closed qualifier. I think that's happening tomorrow as well.
It is?
Yeah, there's a lot of good things to be said about TSG. I think Is In Control the other team that qualified?
So In Control would have been pushed through via VRS, but it actually looks like In Control won't be participating in the EPL closed qualifier. So no matter what happens with TSG tonight, they've got more work to do coming on this weekend. So I hope they're ready. I hope they've got themselves, fed and plenty of caffeine in reserve.
Yeah, I hope so too. Well, and are either of these teams going to land next weekend? Do we know?
In Control is going to frag. Let me make sure.
The team list right now.
Yeah, frag 19. We get this weekend. Yeah, In Control is going to frag next weekend.
TSG is not going to frag next weekend, but yeah, so In Control is, I mean, you never know what could happen, Floofies. Let's just say In Control takes the whole entire tournament of OSS on Sunday. They're feeling hot. They're feeling good. Travel on Monday through Wednesday goes absolutely impeccably. No hiccups at the border. None at all. No hiccups anywhere. No delays. They come in with this momentum on Thursday. There's no telling what could happen at Frag 19. They might take the entire tournament there too, you know.
I mean, have you seen who's at Frag 19? It's going to be quite crazy. I will say though, let's keep it on these teams because you're right. We're looking for Calamity to pop off. He's been playing, as you said, on his best behavior. On the TSG side though, they showed a bit of an interesting strategy last night as they played against the Boop Boop gang that I'm curious if they go with again. I'm always going to be looking for Horizon on this squad to go crazy. The Opper Vulcan is another one that I'm always drawn to Oppers. Maybe a bit of a weakness on my part, but we are going to be getting right into this game. So we've got nearly the same maps that these teams played in their playoffs. We're starting things off on Nuke, going to Mirage, and we're going to end it all up on Anubis instead of Inferno.
Well, and we've talked a lot about both of these teams having potential for this, but how many maps do you think this will take? Do you think it's going to be a 2-0 victory, or do you think this is going 3 maps?
I feel like this has potential to go either way, right? When you look at these maps, Nuke is one that could it's a map that you could be very stompy on if you're very familiar, but these two teams clashed on it before and it went even. So unless someone's got some new strategies that they didn't break out in ESEA playoffs, and honestly, why wouldn't you break out your strategies in ESEA playoffs?
What are you saving them for if you're not using them there?
Right, like that's your chance to get promoted. That's your chance to get some points. Like that's a place to use those strategies. But if you're saving it for off season, then we could have a spicy Nuke. Mirage, on the other hand, typically goes the same way over and over again. There's always some interesting strategies to throw, but it's Mirage, right? We've seen it a million times before.
Yeah, I like these map picks. I'm not sure how TSG plays on Nuke. You said it went even before. Nuke is one of those maps that I think is really exciting to watch when you do have two teams that are very capable on that map. But you talked a little bit about the strats as well being something that, like, unless somebody's come up with something new, it should be pretty cool. I think also during the off-season shenanigans, this is a bit of a time period to try out some new strats as well. So maybe we'll see something new. Maybe TSG's took some notes from that, and In Control's thinking this is going to be an easy win on their map pick. But oh yeah, that is a nice skin.
Oh, that is shiny. That is an AK that I absolutely want. I have. There are other skins that I'm putting ahead of that, but Be the Monster is a sexy AK.
That is, I do
just
like
throw that out
AK
there
a lot. I don't get excited about skins very often, but that Be the Monster is that's a good one too. That and the Bloodsport, those are the only two skins that really get my goat.
I've got a Bloodsport that's been sitting in reserve. I've been playing with my Vulcan more than anything. But who knows? Maybe I pull it out to finish out the premiere season.
Yeah, what is there? Three days left? 4 days
Yeah,
left?
I've got a lot to do.
Does it end Monday? So it starts Tuesday. Good.
Yeah, I think so.
We won't be here for the first week of the season. So all the like cheaters that are getting their multiple accounts all up early on in the season. Well, I played at the beginning. I played my calibration matches at the day one, like 0 hour of season 2. Oh mercy! It took to get to like 10 wins. It was like a 30% win rate or something. I had to play like 30 games to get 10 wins because like almost every single one had somebody just walling their ass off, and it was, woo! It was rough. But that won't be an issue for us next season.
Yeah, back is going to be fixed. They're going to nuke all of the cheaters' houses from orbit, and we won't have to deal with it anymore. It'll be great.
By satellite.
Anyway, nuke. Yeah, I do think this one it ends up being fairly interesting just because it's a map with a lot of set strats where you kind of have to you don't want to call too much out of the gate, and you do have that wiggle room to move around. This is the one that did go overtime during the ESCA playoffs, so I think we've got an opportunity for things to be a little bit weird, a little bit funky. All that nuclear energy hanging around.
Maybe this is the map that'll really dictate things. It's usually not map 1 that tells the story of a best of 3, right? But if this nuke game goes like 2 or 3 overtime, somebody's gonna get their heart broken, and we might have a 2-0.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, a little bit of heartbreak at the end of the season. It's kind of how it goes.
How many players are we waiting on out there?
It looks like we've got all 10 on the server.
Oh, we got 10 on the server. Okay, they're going to start here any moment. Mr. Producer Man, will you hit the start game button?
No. It's caster start game.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah,
it's our jobs, but it does look like the knife round is starting.
Yeah, let me
so we'll get a fake knife round. So In Control have chosen this map. We are currently looking at TSG in the CT spawn, and as soon as likely, there we go. This is the team that should be committing team-aside.
I like that. Oh my.
Yeah, there they go. Hey, wait. Who's that escaped? Shameful retreat.
Hey, I like this strat to get the round over fairly quickly.
No, you're supposed to jump off of Marshmallow and take as much damage as possible. Stop being a coward.
That would be a good way too. Well, yeah. So TSG are going to get to start out here on CT side on nuke. We'll see what In Control have up their sleeve, but I think at the end of the day, to give a real live prediction and not just a lot of hot air from my mouth, I think In Control take this in 3.
You think it's going to be 3?
No, my gut tells me In Control in 2.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. Right? They took it in 2 before in the more competitive thing, and so I think unless TSG have some very interesting things to show, I think it's going to be 2. But we'll see. I know that TSG has some crowd favorites on it, so it should be interesting either way. But right out of the gate, we got TSG on the CT side, In Control on the T side. Let's get into the pistol.
Yeah, let's. In Control. Gonna do an actual split here. They've got 2 players over here towards lobby and ramp, but 3 players outside with a single mini smoke. Vulcan is gonna spot him out. Horizon's gonna pick up the headshot, but still the bomb makes it down lower, and the split is on here.
Oh dear, these USPs tapping away at the heads. The JS they're waiting for the push on in, but it doesn't matter. Chant will turn on him. And these USPs going huge for TSG. In Control, unable to get a singular thing done. Horizon, the only one that's going to fall. Tyro with a nice kill, but not going to be enough to save In Control. TSG win the pistol.
Yeah, that's nice from TSG. They're the ones who look In Control there. And no, you will not get tired of me making that joke tonight. I promise. In Control, actually, in response, are going to go with the full buy here and no plant in the previous round. I think this is a little questionable. I think it's a display of confidence early on, so it's not that bad, but that was a decisive round from TSG. I don't want to see In Control outplay themselves in this game.
I don't want to see that either, but I do like what I'm seeing already. A very fast and decisive push over toward the A bomb site. It's a flurry of frags, but TSG coming out of it on top. Good damage back on In Control. They're going to need some huge kills here. Tyra left alone, only has a P250, but look at the HP on Horizon. 4 HP remaining. A couple of headshots could be enough to turn the tide. And I do kind of like the risk that In Control have gone for, making sure to keep the pace up to date, but not going to work out into their favor. Chant gonna put him right on down with that M4, and ESG off to the races.
Is it Chant? I always thought it was Shantae.
You know what? It might be Shantae, but it's easier to say Chant because it is a single syllable versus 2 syllables.
What if it's Chanty?
What if it's one of
like
those
a
names
crowd
where you
surfer
don't
and
say
their
it
team
anything like how you see it?
What if the CH is silent and it's just anti? Oh my, look at this up close and personal, Vulcan. Around the smoke, just gonna keep dancing around. Is he gonna be found? Or is he gonna get more?
I mean, he's gonna cause some more problems for In Control before he does. $1,800. Can he win more? Answer is gonna be no, but only because Horizon and Marashi appear to clean up the rest of the frags.
Okay, I just had Katwa, who is a stickler about his name in chat as well, say that I am correct about it being Shantae. So, I'm just going based off of what chat says here and passing the information along. Don't shoot the messenger. Third round for TSG.
Wait, I thought his name is Katwar. Not Katwa. Yeah. Oh dear. No, have I been saying it wrong all this time? That's not good.
I used to pug against him a while back, and I would make a big deal, or like if he was on my team, I would make a big deal out of saying his name because it's such a fun name to say. Katwa.
Well,
so
full rifles.
I feel very pretentious when I say it.
Yeah, nearly full rifles now for In Control. So, okay. Calamity. The last time I saw him, he was playing on Akimbo. And this is a player that you're going to recognize by view model alone. The Doom view model, or the Davy view model, or the my gun is in the middle of the screen is something that he was one of the first ones I saw playing with that. And it infuriated me to try to watch. And it has not grown on me since. But it works.
One for one trades. Okay, ramp control is falling here. There's Horizon with 2, though. That should be TSG holding on one more time.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a misplay by In Control. The shot's just not connecting. Tyra being the only one getting any actual work done this round. Good damage, though, on Horizon and Chant. Shantae. Now, they will have expected the wraparound from Hell. So this is a risky peek for him to go for. Shantae, ready for this. Players coming in from both angles. And I have to go huge, but there's not a lot of time left either. And it might not go their way either way. Shantae gonna clean things up. Bag himself a triple.
In Control looks a little flat here. I mean, I don't want to take away from TSG looking very sharp and confident right now, but In Control feel like they're playing a little flat. There's been several times, just on JS Feltner alone here in this game, we've seen where he should have had a trade opportunity. We saw it in the pistol round there with the Glock. The guy coming around the corner, he heard him, should have had that trade, but got caught off guard. Same thing right there. Saw that player, knew where he was, but looked a little distracted looking for that quick trade coming through. So In Control are going to need to tighten themselves up and get back in control of their faculties here if they're going to want to win this one. That's joke number 2. We'll see how many we can get tonight.
So what I want to hear from In Control are some StarCraft jokes, because that's where I know In Control from. The real OGs know.
Proceeding. I just know a bunch of StarCraft voice lines.
Well, let's see what these pistols have to show. Everybody over towards ramp. Horizon getting pushed back with a Molotov. In Control have the option to go down lower, but they're choosing to go for the upper. They're getting a little bit delayed here.
Yeah, that nade hurt. I don't know if you saw that. We were yapping about StarCraft, but they ate a fat nade there, and it looks like they're eating more crossfire here as they try to get out onto site, but eventually here are the trades that JS Feltner so desperately needed. Eventually Horizon is going to come in and collect 2 more of his own, though. Shut that round down, but some signs of life there from In Control.
Yes, the Deeg's starting to come alive for the T side. This is going to be where we need to start to see the comeback. You can survive a 5 to 7 T side, I feel like, but if you're picking this map, I feel like you actually want it to go even on your T side. And given we're nearly halfway done, well, we are after this round, we're halfway done with the first half. I feel like this is where In Control need to start to come alive for me to believe that there's going to be a successful second half.
Yeah, I mean,
there's that AK again.
Yeah, they've got this same 4AK 1 Mac 10 setup that they had in their last gun round, and it did not work out in their favor. Meanwhile, TSG is starting to stack cash. I mean, their cash isn't as good as you might think it should be after 5 straight rounds, but I mean, they're still able to buy next round even if they lose this one. Like I said, they're playing with so much confidence, and In Control's gonna have to tighten things up and get something figured out here if they're gonna want to turn this around, because right now TSG look like they're pedal to the metal, and look at this, they're just taking lobby 50 seconds into the round.
Yeah, risky lobby control. Calamity able to collect the first, and it's good trades right on back. So 3 versus 3 after the gambit for TSG, maybe not paying off quite as well as they might have hoped. And In Control going to find their way onto the B-bomb site. Nade's going to be tossed around to try and keep the TSG players on their toes, but it's still a 1-for-1 trades. TSG keeping this one close as possible, but Tyra proving to be a huge point of life for In Control as Beast collects the final frag on a Horizon, and B-bomb site opened up. First round 1, no 13-0.
Okay, no 13-0. Catois jinxed it. He called it in chat, but a tech timeout is called here. Calamity with the disconnect. In Control get themselves on the board. They get the op out of the hands of TSG. Again, I talked about this last round. It's still going to be a full buy from TSG, but even finding those first 5 rounds and In Control looking a little lost out there and like they were struggling. One more round here, In Control swing this momentum right back in their favor.
Yeah, T-side economy can definitely pull that trick off, especially with the money now leaving the pockets of TSG. They'll be on 2-round loss bonus, and should be opportunities to at least get to 3 for In Control.
Could be. We'll see what happens. Is that an op or a scout on Esports?
It's an op.
Okay.
T-side op for Scorchy. Love to see it. In Control trying to take that control that is in their name.
That's good spam. Calamity doesn't think so much. I think he's not a fan of that, but that doesn't feel good when you're defaulting out, hiding behind a smoke, and you just go less than half HP. You can't really fire back and let them know that you just took that. So good discipline from Calamity. Great flash out here onto site. Some spam up on the hub player. They're trying to get away. Horizon is going to find one. Are they going to be able to find Horizon? Brashy with the trade, but now A-site has fallen, and it's just Shantae left alive in the 1v3, a long way away. I'm imagining a save call has to come through here, Floofies. It looks like In Control finally gotten in control of their T-side nuke.
Yeah, they finally got their feet under them. They've finally gotten a little bit of a tailwind behind them, and now we'll get to see what they can actually do. That's the thing about MR12 is you lose that initial full buy, and you can lose so much momentum. And that's why we've got TSG in this dominating position. But the nice thing about it, too, is that momentum can swing much like a pendulum back in the other direction.
Terrorists win.
Oh, this is dangerous! saved
no
rifle.
save for the CT. That hurts. Man, this is where TSG is going to be mentally tested, right? Because they just had the high of stomping at the beginning of this game. Now they need to reset themselves. They need to center themselves, try to bleed out as much time on this clock, work some picks, maybe get some guns into the next round from this save round. But In Control starting to get the uptake. They're in the opposite end where it's nothing but being down in the dumps from struggling to now you're guaranteed a third round here likely. And it's nothing
I'll
but
never say guaranteed. These deagles are quite scary,
I realize that.
I was a little scared of that deagle for Vulcan. Calamity, though, with the slow peak, does manage to work it in his favor, and Denied's burned down to 44. So this one looking like a solid round for In Control. Really never know.
No, you don't. You really don't. I think they need to group up here. I mean, this Horizon might find one. He's got a crossfire here on Mini, but I think JS Feltner's going to clean this up outside. Horizon's going to try to trade, but perfect crosshair placement from JS Feltner. Look at that. Oh, man, that's some juicy repositioning there to set up. He's not able to get the third there. Shantae's going to trade out, but I think Shantae's not long for this world.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Well, he did have armor. I think that might have been unexpected from In Control, but they will deny this saved weapon.
Yes, they will. And they get that third round. So, third round. Oh, man, that was nice from JS Feltner. Just lining up right as the peak is coming from the right-hand side. It's that's the kind of thing that gets me excited watching Counter-Strike.
Well, you're mentioning JS Feltner earlier, and he and Tyra seem to be the two that are really spearheading this comeback by In Control.
He must have heard me. He was having a struggle there at the beginning. He had a couple of rounds where he just should have traded and absolutely didn't. So it's good to see him snap back into form like this.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes your lobby as Denied walks on in, and well, we were looking for a possible pop-off of Calamity, but
there goes Calamity. Oh, there goes Lobby. Crunch. He's so mad that he choked.
Yes.
Is that what you were getting at?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going.
Hell yeah, I picked up on it.
And speaking of, there goes something. There goes outside control. In Control pull everyone back to lobby. Like, all right, we just had a push here. Maybe that means we can take something. PSG not giving anything up, though.
Yeah, I think this is good, though, from both teams, actually, because In Control has recognized that TSG has continuously tried to hit lobby late in the round. This time, TSG are holding back, and they're going to be able to hold on to the site. A trade from JS Feltner, and the Scorchy fire is a little too hot. Living up to that name, gets the trade on Denied, but now sneaking down. Oh, there goes the bomb, and there goes Scorchy as well. It's a 1v3 here, Floofies. Tyra's on it. He's got the site to himself, so he will be able to reposition. He's even got those double doors open right now. But here comes
Yeah, this is just
Horizon.
an angle that TSG can exploit. Horizon's already here and forcing the fight. He's not going to let up on this, and Horizon going to be the one to win out in the end. And now, well, 6-3. And now I'm starting to get worried for In Control.
Yeah, I mean, that's decent damage there. They got a lot of money in the bank right now from the 3 rounds in a row that they won there. Decisive swing and turn of events, but yeah, really nice hold on A, but that just backing up into the fire. It ended up not affecting TSG too much as they were able to close out the round. And shout out to Horizon there as well. You were talking about him playing that angle. Perfectly playing that, knowing he had to be somewhere on the site based on the sound cues, holding for that information and just jiggling to hold his attention while his teammates came around back. Just beautifully executed from TSG there.
Yep, now they're going to force that initiative back onto In Control. This is going to be one of those do or die rounds. Otherwise, we can see this one really spin away. A 9-3 or an 8-4 on your T side is really tough to recover. This is not the nuke of old where you would be happy to just win 1 or 2 rounds and on MR15 T side. This is a very T-happy nuke. Tyra, though, starting things off strong for In Control. B bomb
Okay.
site going to be opened up here. They're taking away any ability to get down via the vents. It's looking pretty sus, but In Control will plant the bomb on the lower site. Yeah, did you see TSG vented?
No.
I'm making Among Us jokes in 2025. Deal with it. Horizon and Brashi. All right, dislike that one. They take down 2 for In Control. It's Nuke. You gotta have some fun with it.
I see what you did there. I can't believe that game's 5 years old now. We were all grinding the hell out of that in the pandemic, huh?
It's only 5 years old. I definitely thought it was older. Brashi, though. Okay. Taking away some of these saved weapons from In Control. Calamity, the last one alive. The only one to hold on to a weapon for In Control. Good thing the money's good, but that's not going to feel fun.
I mean, yeah, their money's okay, but they kind of have to invest everything into this round. Scorchy and Beast are really the only players with money in the next round if they lose this one, so they might have screwed themselves. The saving grace here is that TSG are also in a very awkward economic situation. They've got MP9s, but they're actually going all in. I think they recognize they got this AK, they got a lot of kills. Maybe they can get 2 rounds off of this if they win right here. So a lot of eggs being placed into the basket here by both teams in this round.
It's a little late for Easter, but I'll give them credit for it.
A lot of fireworks being shot off here in the neighborhood past midnight.
That'll work. You know, we're not even a week past the 4th of July. People are still shooting off fireworks. Like, come on now.
Poor dog. Hates it.
All right, fast A hit, though, for In Control. Molly goes down for top hut. Brashi going to be melted. Denied gets 1, but that's the only one the TSG have got. TSG, they're approaching from all angles, but they're just being melted. Scorchy, the next one with a kill onto Chant. For Shantae. And it's just denied in Horizon. Horizon trying to hit the planter. Does manage 1, but instantly slapped back. And it's just denied left standing. 1 versus 3. Bomb down. No kit and no HP. As Beast finishes the job. Final nail on the coffin. 5-6. In Control looking good.
Yeah. That's a good round from In Control. Just brute force your way through. This is probably going to net you 6 based on TSG having to go for SMGs one more time here, and this is a much different ending to this half than what you would have thought after the beginning of it. I mean, the first 5 rounds TSG were large and in charge. Here we're going into the last round of the first half of our first map of our first semifinals for OSS Season 8, and In Control have found 5.
Yeah, and look at what they've got already. They've got so much control outside already. They're not going for the fast hit inside. They still put down the top hut Molly to keep TSG guessing. Good recovery from Chant to keep TSG in this, but there's still a man down, and we might just get this upper hit again for In Control. Denied, peeks out, does get 1, but I don't think that's going to be enough to keep In Control from this A bomb site. It's just Shantae alone on site. Got Horizon outside, looking to maybe pick something up, but no. Only some damage. Tyra down to 56. And a 1 versus 3 will not be successful for Shantae, as Beast. A final nail in the coffin. I was trying to think of like a Beauty and the Beast joke there, but it didn't come to me, so.
As Beast shatters the glass on their eternal rose. Is that what it was in Beauty and the Beast?
Sounds good.
I'm going mostly off. Most of my Disney knowledge comes from playing the shit out of Kingdom Hearts when I was a kid. I mean, I watched Disney as a little kid, but then most of it was carried on by Kingdom Hearts. So whatever was going on in there is where I'm drawing from.
I'm sad that everything after Kingdom Hearts 2 was terrible.
Dude, holy shit, thank you. My God. Literally,
like,
Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, the best games I've ever played at that time. And
well, I will say, though,
after, I'm like, what are you doing?
I don't know that the gameplay for Kingdom Hearts aged well either, because you go back to it and like, what do I do in this game? I hit the X button a whole bunch to attack, and I maybe move around, but mostly I'm hitting the X button. and I'm not actually like doing anything else. Like maybe I cast a spell, but so rarely that it's not even worth talking about.
Yeah, I remember hearing about like people that were like into all the different spells of Kingdom Hearts, and I'm like, I remember just hitting people with my Keyblade a lot and smacking them and doing some sweet combos and flying around. And I mean, it still had like you were dodging abilities, and like the real time fights were exciting because it was a precursor to the Dark Souls games a little bit with the way the bosses worked and had these openings and exploitations and move sets. All bosses did that before Dark Souls, but uh I enjoyed that part. But yeah, I Kingdom Hearts definitely. Go look at the graphics from that time period. Holy cow, you want to realize how far we've come in 20 years. Go look at like the early Kingdom Hearts 1 like cutscenes
I don't know what
from
you're
the
talking
PlayStation
about.
2 days.
PS2 was the height of graphics. It was
The height,
beautiful
I
and
remember.
awesome.
I was there.
Oh man, we're just having an old guys moment
Yeah.
here as we get into this pistol round. Tyra has circumcised that USB.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. It
How's
sounds
gonna work
better,
out?
and in some ways it looks better, but a lot of people prefer it the other way.
That's true. Yeah. So that's
Everyone's got their preference.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see
said,
what
Floofies.
Tyra gonna go down for that hubris. Beast does manage to claim one back, but in control now. They've managed to take a couple back. JS Feltner and Scorchy working to claw their way back into the round. Okay, this pistol round looking good as Calamity cleans up.
Okay. I want to make a note here for anybody that's been following OSS Season 8. These are stats I'm making up off the top of my head and my memory, so, do with that information what you will. But the majority of these playoff matches that I have watched and cast, one team has been winning every pistol round. I think the game you and I cast even recently was somebody won like 6 for 6 pistols across 3 maps.
Yep. I remember that. This is the first time we've seen them traded.
1-for-1 pistols here. It's each team pulling a pistol out. Big stuff.
So there's a couple of interesting things going on here, and that is that TSG have decided to, even with the bomb plant, go with pistols and a couple of pieces of armor instead of going for the full force. Working out well for them, this group tactic. Look at how much damage they're taking off of Tyra early on. JS Feltner just waiting for the swing. MP9 in hand, tries to go big with it. Oh, there we go. Beast in tow. The MP9s finally have their due. And it's Tyra to deliver the finishing blow, but I looked a little bit nervous for a second.
It was a little close. They got through it, though. Yeah, that ended up being a really nice hold from In Control. I was worried because TSG did have some really, like, we saw JS Feltner peek out a mini there, and I was really worried he was walking into a wall of Eagle fire. But great positioning from In Control to get the read on the round, and yeah, two big openings, and they're in the lead here. This gun round is going to tell a story here, Floofies, and it's going to tell us whether or not TSG have what it takes to make this competitive map here on Nuke, but that's a good opening line from Denied there.
Yeah, Scorchy caught throwing a couple of nades out, so that does allow TSG a ton of space. Look at this, 4 players down lower already. There's just 1 player lurking upper, and Tyra looking to get a little bit aggro as TSG start to make their way out from Squeaky. Oh, I'm nervous. This is where the round can be made or break, and it's so early. JS Feltner does manage to get one back to keep things even, but Vulcan gonna put the foot back on the gas pedal. JS Feltner with the trade, Tyra back. It's just Brashi alone, and Calamity will finish the job once again. In Control with a 9th round, 3 rounds ahead.
Well, that tells the story of where I think this is going. I hope it's not a predictable story. I hope it's one that's got some twists and turns and ups and downs as this carries on Nuke. But that gun round, they got the plan, so they'll at least be able to get some pistol armor here. Maybe they'll even SMG armor with the loss bonus. Looks like maybe even go all in on some AKs since several of them can buy them. But TSG, or In Control, excuse me, they look like they're it won't be the last time I make this joke. It looks like they're really in control of this game finally. They were out of control in the beginning of the game. TSG came in hot, but in control have snapped back into form. They look good, and I don't see any signs of stopping here anytime soon, especially when TSG are going for force buys like this.
I mean, with the bomb down, that's a 4-round loss bonus. I don't hate the buy out of TSG. No. And if they can continue to keep the pressure on, I think they can definitely buy a round back. Tyra getting lit down, though. That's not a good start to the round. No trade damage on the return fire. It's a dangerous setup from TSG. They've got 3 players down lower with somebody hanging out by the garbage cans outside. And so the rotation is going to be kind of difficult for In Control. There's not a whole lot of options for them. They've got Calamity close at hand. He needs to go huge. Door spotted opening, but now his position is known. Now TSG can swing on out. He's still going to be good for the first. Oh, but in the meantime, Scorchy going to fall to Chant. Good damage onto Chant, though. And JS Feltner will clean up that kill. But again, the kills are just, they're being traded. And it suddenly just TSG have control of the lower site.
Yeah, I mean, this is scary for In Control. They've got 2 flashes. They've got, 2 flashes here. They have kits. JS Feltner is close by them, but the moment he opens this door, Denieds is going to shut it down, and now they know where the second one is. It should be all said and done here, and yes, it is. Okay, the story does, in fact, have some twists and turns coming, people. TSG get themselves a 7th round.
Hey, it's not over till it's over.
That's what they say.
Now the question is, In Control, can they bring it? Can they take momentum back? We see the AWP being tossed out.
Yeah, they do still have money here on In Control, so the AWP come into play. There are no kits, and it's somewhat of a light utility set here. There are smokes, but you'll notice a lack of mollies on the side of In Control here.
Yeah, but they're CT mollies.
They are
like
CT
at the end of the
mollies,
day,
so they do
you know,
nothing anyway.
It's like, oh no, a minor inconvenience.
Right. You can't just stand in one. It will kill you if you just stand there, but you can easily run away from it. It does hardly anything.
Oh, I wish we could force the players to inspect their weapons for us, because I'm curious what those stickers are. We got to see what JS Feltner's got on there. That is, looks like Juan Flatro. I couldn't tell for sure. PSG looking like they're gonna position for an upper push. The smokes are all out. Scorchy with the first beast. Oh my goodness, the MP9 goes a huge. And TSG, they walk out into Armageddon.
Yeah, you thought TSG maybe had something in the tank left for this game, but instead they are buying the Lils, and they're down 10-7, and In Control just forced into that round and dominated with 4 remaining alive. And the MP9 going big, getting that extra farm, that extra cashola late in the game. That feels really good on your CT side. TSG, they've got an uphill battle here. They've got to win this round and the next one if they want a chance into this game. I think if they lose here, I think it's over on Nuke.
Yeah, it probably is. I just want to keep that little hope alive that there is going to be overtime, because again, the last time these 2 teams played this map, we did get a round of overtime. However, that's not a start that's going to bring it to us. Beast opens things up with a frag onto Vulcan. TSG, they go for the ramp push, but Scorchy gonna stay mobile.
Yeah, they have ramp control now, but look at this. They're smoked off. They're all 4 here. They don't have map control anywhere else. There's Tyra watching outside as well, still holding on for information. They're just going to come back to lobby, but In Control, the response is fantastic. They just sit still. They don't give TSG what they want. They know that TSG wants them to rotate into ramp, and instead they're going to hold their crossfires on A. They're going to keep their information players on B, and they're going to keep their outside presence there as well. Calamity to open things up. That's the bomb, and now spilling out. That's the bomb down still at Hut, and last alive, it is Horizon, a fantastic player by all degrees, but still probably too tall of an order here for even him. And yeah, Tyro will finish the job, and it's an 11-7 match here on Nuke. No plant means no buy either.
Yeah, that's not going to feel good. Full round loss bonus, but this is going to be scattered buy if TSG choose to go for anything. Tech-9's Pistols Armor likely to be the buy here, so we'll see something fast and decisive either way.
I mean, Pistol Armors have won how many rounds, especially in these clutch moments of 11-7? If the Pistol Armor pops off here in round 19, then things start getting real scary for In Control. The money's not that fantastic, but look at this fast secret control. JS Feltner is going to be able to hold off the squeaky trader there that wants to get down before players through secret now, and it's going to be all up to JS Feltner. They come through. He gets 2. He has to reposition. Get out of there. Get out of my way, Tyro. I'm coming up.
I mean, you want to talk about things that are scary. A running Tech-9, a running Mac-10. These are things that keep you up at night on the CT side, and they work out for TSG. They get them down onto the bomb site. That's a bomb plant, and that's going to mean money going into the next round. This off going to get overwhelmed. Barashi just too close at hand. Does get taken down in response, but 3 versus 3 does feel very recoverable from TSG with the bomb down. And again, those Tech-9s go huge. Horizon and Chant slap down 2, and Beast, we've seen him live up to the name. Can he get these final 2? He hears the push over by Single Door. Denied not going to peek him though. He knows he doesn't have much time left. No smoke for the defuse, and so he's got to stick it, and Denied will live up to his name as well, as TSG take a tiny buy to bring it to 8.
That's fantastic. There it is. Yeah, I mean, now In Control have to decide what they want to do. There's 2 players here that can't really buy. Of course, we've seen the MP9s do work, so that's not going to be really a tough decision for them. But TSG not going down without a fight, which is exactly what you want to see here in the semifinals.
True Synergy Gaming. Again, I bring it up as something that sounds like you could bring it up if you're a project manager, you know, synergy. But we'll see if In Control. Oh my gosh, yes, like a boss. Just bringing out all the dated references here. This is what happens when you get 2 guys that are in their mid-30s on stream. And speaking of guys dead, Scorchy gonna be the first. We're in our 30s. We're basically dead in the esports scene. Time to face the music, Big D.
Oh, that was one of the best segues I've ever heard.
Thank you. 4 versus 4. Good flash on Horizon allows Tyra to just walk in and cap him in the face. He was injured, but 3 versus 4 now for TSG does make this a little bit more difficult. Oh, and they've got Scorchy up in heaven as well. Playing from the rafters. Molly going to be put down to stop the hut push. That makes things easy. Denied's the only one out on site. Going to be penetrated, and Vulcan with the trade to bring things a little bit closer here for TSG. Does make his way down to the B-bomb site, but 2 versus 3. Calamity, the view model. Not enough for the kill, but enough for Scorchy to pick it up. And now Barashi has to go huge. 1 versus 2.
He certainly can do this. He's got a nice position here. If he isolates this fight with Beast, that's going to help him out quite a bit, and minimal damage taken as well. Down to the 1v1. The bomb's not quite planted for him, so... Oh, Scorchy can just stick this. That's a big move from Scorchy. He knows right where he is, gets the perfect positioning. And Scorchy moving us on to map point on Nuke here. It's 12-8, and the story of this Nuke game here for the T side of TSG just feels like they cannot string 2 rounds together. They get these really spicy rounds on either a force buy or rounds that they shouldn't, but then they're not able to convert, or the force buy from In Control has just been too strong in response. So Who knows what we still might get some overtime, Floofies. It's not over yet, but TSG, they got to dig deep here.
Yeah, In Control looking very comfy on the CT side of their map pick, which is what you'd expect. But again, you got to be careful. You got to be fast. Tyra going to be the fast end of the dead. Scorchy with the trade, though. Again, keeping things even. 4 versus 4. The round starts to slow down.
Okay.
PSG is still looking for some control. Scorchy denies the upper sight to them. Look at this, 2 kills, and we're down to a 2 versus 2. So little health on Scorchy, though.
They've got that nade and Molly, though. If they try to plan on A, they can... I don't know. The nade, if it lands right on Brashy's head, might be able to kill him through armor. I can't remember if it's 53 or 54 or 56 damage that a nade can do through armor, or if it's all the way up
Bonamont,
to
thank you for the
60.
tier 1 gifted sub to I Masturbate to Belle Delphine.
Bonament, shout out. 1 gifted sub to I Masturbate to Belle Delphine.
You're late,
Thank you
Bonamont.
so
I already
much.
called an unsilenced USP a circumcised USP, so you know we're getting in
Miss
here.
that.
Yeah.
You're also here just in time for what it looks like TSG to be shut down here. Unless Horizon gets these 2 kills at Heaven, I feel like it's very difficult. He sees the foot. There's Calamity, though, and that's the game, folks. 13-8 from In Control here on Nuke. And TSG sent reeling.
Well, that one's gonna hurt. That's... Oh, hey. Oh, perfect. Bonamont, thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub to I Like to Touch Dick.
That one's all you, Floofies.
Way too excited to say that, but you know what? Someone's gotta be. Not looking at anyone in particular. Don't worry about it.
Look at my dog back here.
Let's look at the stats. How about that? So my big question mark, right, was going to be, can Calamity live up to Oxarka? And I feel like I was hoping for a little bit more that never showed up. I will say, though, that In Control had a very even scoreline. Everybody showed up. There was no one that stood out as like this is the only player here. My flowers have to go to Tyra, though. Was opening up the rounds, was getting the multi-frags when they were needed, and I feel like Tyra is the one that we can kind of put that T side on for In Control, and can be the one to look at and go, yes, this is why In Control managed to win game number 1. But we should take... Oh, if you have anything to say, otherwise we should take a 3-minute
we're going to
break.
take a commercial break here in 1 moment. I do just want to put the thoughts out there that, it was a really tough start there from In Control. I was actually nervous watching them because they looked super flat, like really easy fundamental trades that should have been happening across the whole team. I know I pointed out JS Feltner there at the beginning, but across the whole team, I mean, nobody was getting done what they needed to get done. And to be able to turn that around, that's just the showcase of a very strong mental and good team focus. So I'm curious to see if TSG is going to be able to do the same going into Mirage here. But we will find out. We are going to take that quick 3-minute break. We're going to send you some commercials, so please stay tuned. If you don't want to watch those commercials, I believe if you sub to the channel, you won't have to anymore. So
the nice thing about the commercials, though, is they're not going to be over gameplay. They're going to be over a recap screen. Yeah, so you don't miss anything.
Out here helping me. So, okay, yeah, we're ready for commercials, and we'll be back.
Hey, it's just me. Hold on.
No, it's not.
Aha! My camera's
I'm
drunk.
here.
What's going on?
Oh, just coming back from the break here, chat. And man, that was a good break. Your camera is drunk. What's going on over there, bad floofies?
I don't know what's going on. My camera's drunk. I'm here. That's okay. There's nothing that important that you need to see over here, right? All good. We're gonna be switching off right into the game here anyway.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna be watching the game here pretty quickly. Any thoughts on Mirage? I know you said it's Mirage. We've seen it a million times before. Did you get any inspiration from these two teams up? But did they play Mirage in their best of 3 before?
they did, and that one went 13-11. I will say, watching TSG on Mirage last night, clearly it's a map they enjoy. It's a map that, and you're bringing together 5 players that don't necessarily play the tightest CS. It's one that they're going to be perfectly happy with either way. So, I mean, also I just cycled my camera. It should be good now. Hey, check that out.
Nice. We can see you again. Yeah, I think I mean, I haven't watched these two teams enough to know how they're going to play on Mirage. I think that if In Control continues to play the way they were playing like that on Nuke, they should be able to close this out. This is the thing I always talk about, though, on a map like Mirage or Nuke as your like second map pick that is a fairly like or even Inferno, that is a fairly like one-sided map still, even in the current meta. I think that having it as your second pick when you're down 1-0 is a struggle, because TSG is going to be starting out on T side. They've got to be very confident in that T side coming into this match to really be able to pull ahead quickly and get, I'd say, a minimum of 5 rounds. I think 5 rounds T side is really where you need to get to, just because it's so easy to shut it down from CT side, but just feels like it's going to be an uphill battle for TSG. You never know, though. We could get map number 3. You never know.
We could get map number 3. I mean, admittedly, that was it felt like a fast map number 1, right? We started the broadcast about an hour and 10 minutes ago. We finished the first map, 13-8. It's not the fastest. You're not going to be setting any speed records, but it's also not the slowest. So, well, it looks like we are getting into the knife round here. So this time we get to see TSG fall on their blades. They should be sitting in the CT spawn here. There they are. All right, let's see if they do this right or if they're going to be cowards. We're judging you. Everybody's watching you, TSG. Why is In Control stabbing each other? In Control don't care about side choice, is what I'm getting from this. Or they just really want to stab each other. Honestly, I'm sure we've all had teammates we want to stab. Yeah,
a good way to release some of that early aggression.
But also a good way to get your teammates really upset at you in matchmaking. Like, why were you swinging your dagger around?
Oh, yeah. And the oh, it's not face it. Sorry. I thought it was face it.
So I see maybe the issue. I saw a disconnect, and Beast is just going to be the one called upon to rip and tear through TSG. They're still stalling, of course, because of course they are. Look at this. Look into my eyes.
We are the best. That's what he says.
Look into my eyes.
We are the best.
Wait, you have us on a soundboard?
Yeah.
I don't want to die a virgin like the rest of you.
I bet you didn't know Ava says that.
I didn't.
She doesn't say it in there, but these boys...
Watch out. These boys have got a bit of an arsenal and they don't mind using it.
These boys have a bit of an asshole and they don't mind using it.
Fair enough.
If you know what I mean.
Looks like we have got our team choices down. TSG here kicking it off on the T side, and In Control on the CT side. This is TSG's map pick. Map number 2, OSS semifinals. Take us in.
Yeah, we've got it, baby. In control, starting out on that CT side. We talked about it. 2 sets of dualies here drop for players with armor. So only a single flash as far as utility. They're anticipating some kind of, I think they're expecting some kind of flood of numbers here. That's what the Glocks are always doing. And of course, we're going to be blue balled here and get a little tech pause going right as we're getting hype and excited for it. But well,
Yeah, I hear a lot of messages hitting the chat, and it does look like we're going to get right into it here.
now we're ready. Now we're ready.
Gotta love starting the game and then nope, never mind. Pause.
Yeah, it's always you know, we're no strangers to that. But that being said, look at this. Okay, in control. Oh, look at this. Beast is going all the way underpass before anybody gets up there. They are going to clear this out. He is going to get 1 if he's lucky, but none is actually the number. As a matter of fact, some damage done, but a smoke out. The execute coming through quickly onto B. It's still just JS Feltner over here on site, and he's going to get 1 with the USB. Can he follow up with a second?
Ooh,
Not quite.
no.
There is Tyra close by. Second for Tyra, as a matter of fact, and now it's a 2v2. Bomb still not down here, Floofies. And then Controller close by for this retake.
Yeah, this is dangerous for TSG. That nearly went disastrous.
Oh,
I mean, it
Scorchy.
does. The dualies, 2 pistols, 2 kills, letting them know. Scorchy burning.
That was sick. That flick from Scorchy right there at the end to the left side of Empty. Mercy. That was really something.
Well, that's what happens when you throw all your resources at an early B rush, right? In control, they took a little bit of a probe out toward the extremities. They saw nothing on mid. As soon as Beast called, hey, they're in apartments, the whole rest of the squad rotated. And I feel like if you're TSG and you know that you just got spotted by someone coming underpass, you had the option to call off the B hit. But they were like, no, we're going to do it. It's going to work. Little bit of hubris.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I was a little worried for In Control with the setup they had there. 3A, 1 pushing underpass, and 1 window. What kind of pistol strat setup is that for CT side Mirage? Are you kidding me? But it all worked out in the end. It was great movement, great setup, and obviously great communication as well from them.
Hey, it's a Thursday night. You know, the season's about to start. It's time, if there's any time to get weird in CS, bring out the fun stuff, this is that time, right? Save the serious for the finals. And don't call me Shirley. Ooh, nade going into smoke. Oh, it spots out Vulcan. Connector gonna be the next. Oh, Tyra caught holding on just a little bit too long. Chante looking to smooth things out here for TSG, but they've still got JS Feltner behind them. They are completely collapsed upon in connector.
Yeah, that's In Control. A quick 2-0 start for them. TSG with the force buy. They're able to get a couple of kills, but this is what I'm a little worried about tonight. Just a nice lineup, perfect timing on that smoke. Tyra's gonna get 1, be able to keep covering around. And Shantae does pick up those 2 in response, so a little bit of a blunder from In Control, but that's not necessarily a great play from TSG. They get themselves all bundled up there, or all bunched up in connector, and I mean, In Control just runs it down at them, and In Control right now, just like we talked about in that nuke map, are hitting their shots. That being said, Vulcan also hitting a beauty on the Deagle here to open things up for TSG on the save.
Yeah, I feel like this is a lot of In Control outmaneuvering TSG. There's a lot of like, it's Mirage, let's just go B. It's Mirage, I guess we go mid to connector to A. Like, if you're calling a strat, these are strategies that you call out of spawn. I guess that's fair, right? You know, if you used up all your cleverness on nuke, but I hope you left some things in reserve for Mirage here. Not going to be this round, though. Horizon, the last one standing. Oh, but what a dangerous one to still be alive. 1 versus 3. looking to continue this Deagle terror that he's got going already. But was he hurt up there? Well, if he's not hurt, he will be spotted from apartments, and Calamity gonna pop out from behind him with the MP9.
Yeah, big moves from In Control there. TSG definitely aren't going down without a fight. I think they're gonna win this gun round. I think they're gonna win this gun round, and In Control needs to drop a gun. Yeah, they're gonna buy up the op. I think they're gonna win this gun round and the next one. I know that you guys are here to hear my predictions instead of hear me just, you know, talk about the game before me, but I think TSG are gonna put a just like we saw In Control a little flat on their T side on their map pick. I think TSG are gonna clap back here in a moment. That being said, Scorchy's making it hard when he gets openings like that.
Well, the thing that I can tell you about TSG is they do aim well, they do shoot hard. The question is if these nades can put too much of a wrench into the mix, then In Control can take opportunities away. They've already done so. The AWP going huge. Tyra joining in as well. And it's a 4 versus 2. Denied and Horizon are two tough customers, though. They're quite scary, but coming up from stairs, and Tyra just gonna close this one out alone.
Yeah. Well, I'll eat my words. That's TSG not even able to get a plant there and just kind of trying to push their way out onto A 20 seconds into the round. They're not playing for map control. They're not trying to bleed the clock. They're not trying to get the utility out of In Control here in any of these rounds. They look like they're just trying to kind of make their way into a site right at the beginning of the round. And In Control are happy to play that way. They're happy to. They've got really nice crossfire setups, and the information plays they've been making have been everything they need to start this out nicely.
And again, early information being looked for. In Control, they're not sending anything early out toward ramp, but that's not going to matter. As TSG going to get the early push on in toward the A bomb site. Tyra answers with the first, and the health on the rest of the squad starting to look a little bit haggard. Hey, you know what? It was 5 rounds before we saw 5 rounds in a row of the CT side winning before we saw the T side hit the server. This is TSG's map pick. As much as it looks bad to lose the first 5, and I'm not saying they're going to lose the first 5, though this doesn't look strong. That's a good kill. I have a feeling. Look where they've got bomb, though. Bomb in apartments. Vulcan, like, all right, just try and make a lot of noise toward A. I'm going to take the bomb, bring it to B. Hopefully that works. It doesn't, and now denied. No. 6 HP, no bomb, and no teammates.
Unfortunately, he forgot the part where he's got to let his teammates make the noise over there on A. That's a good move by Denied to get the op out of the round. But he needs to die before the end of the round. One more kill as well, even better. But he's now wish he could have grabbed that op and didn't throw it even further. Because I don't think these guys are going to come hunting him. If they do, he's considering just killing himself. Yeah, there it is. JS Feltner gifts him that one. That was going to be an awkward spot for Denieds if he had no money going into this gun round. But yeah, you're exactly right. It was a 5-0 start from TSG on Nuke. In Control looked very flat and lost at in those 5 rounds. We'll see what TSG can do in response here.
Well, I mean, if it goes the same way that Nuke did, then congrats to TSG on bringing us to map number 3. We'll see if the script continues unevaded. 5-0. TSG need this.
Yeah, they do. We've got a decent default here. The 1-3-1 setup here. They've got smokes coming down. They're going to be able to block this op out from finding any kind of opening, and that's been one of the difficult things that TSG has had to play around in each of these rounds is some kind of aggressive opening from In Control in each of these rounds. So now they're actually getting into the 120-minute left territory, and 5 players are still alive on the team.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a quiet round to start things off. Just a little bit of chip damage onto Chante and Barashi. but they haven't managed to really do much to In Control. This is one of those rounds where things feel a little bit awkward. Finally, I feel like TSG aren't calling something right out of spawn. A little bit of respect given. Tyra going to be the first one to fall. Chante finally going to put him down. Orchi looking for the next. We're going to smack Chante right back, but TSG, they answer. That is a fantastic response. 2 versus 2 in the final 40 seconds of the round. Denied going to pick up that AWP. That's going to hurt. Oh, didn't even need it. Calamity had 13 left. But it's a 1 versus 2. Guess Feltner might just go for the save here.
He might.
Still wants this.
Yeah, he's got the reposition. He's even got a nade. That nade hurts. Oh, and this volley doesn't feel so great, but a great shot from Brashy there, standing up from the bomb plant. A little too much gusto from JS Feltner there on the retake, but 1 alive, and TSG get themselves on the board, so we are seeing that mirror matchup here from Nuke.
Well, if it goes 1 more, then I'm going to start to be looking up the meaning of deja vu, because that's going to be about where we're at.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
It is a glitch in the Matrix. It's an interesting buy here for In Control. I always love the AUG getting picked up, but we'll see if it ends up working out, because Vulcan's already started to work his magic on the AWP towards mid, and In Control lose 2.
Yeah, I mean, this opening from TSG, it is really deja vu right here. Beast not able to trade out there. Brashy gets control of Connector, and it's suddenly TSG who look strong and in great form. Scorchy, though, he has been a thorn in their side both maps across the board, him and Tyra. When he's still alive, you can't count him out, and suddenly it's a 2v2. Just letting him take 3 1v1s. Baits out an op shot, gets that information. They're going to hear this bomb go down.
But they're so close. Uh-oh. Oh, AWP finally going to take Scorchy out of the round. Last player spotted. There's Calamity in mid. Oh, picks up the MP9 first. Does recover the AK. But the peek out from Vulcan will double things up here for TSG, 2-5.
But Scorchy's still just getting a 3K on the AUG there. I mean, they're going to have to save now. This is deja vu, seriously. TSG are forcing them into that save after the 5-round start. Yeah, if In Control don't stop them in this round or the next, I think this Mirage map suddenly starts getting a little harrowing. Getting slapped around on CT side late into the first half never feels good going into T side. Maybe you get fired up, I don't know, but I'm feeling the deja vu right now, Floofies.
Well, I mean, that's exactly how you want to start your pistol round. Taking that 5-7 right to an enemy's dome. Chante, good pickup for JS Feltner. Pew pew pew. Okay, I don't need that anymore. Toss in the USP aside. MP9, though, does get chewed through 1, but Barashi will trade it.
That's a great split. There are still numbers for In Control, but 3 players coming through market and make that only 2 now. As the bomb goes down, Denieds is going to pick himself up too, and now just a USP and a Deagle left with no armor. This should be the round for TSG, and yeah, it looks like Denieds is going to secure that for them. Tyra might be able to get a gun out of this round. He's going to wait for the push, but I don't think TSG are going to give it to him. I think TSG are going to collect their 3rd win right here, and they're going to start talking about what to do here in round 9. There it is.
Well, the script says that In Control win the next round.
Was that how it went?
Yeah, so it was In Control 1-3 after TSG got 5. Then TSG got 1 more to bring it to 3-6. And then In Control managed to bring it to 6-6. So that's how the rest of this half is going to look if it continues to go the same way as the last map. And given it started the same way as the last map, down to the fact that the CT side is the one leading, we're going to get an interesting map too. I would love to see it. Tyra, though, oh my gosh, in through mid. They don't detect him. Is he just sitting behind them in the smoke?
Oh, yeah.
I think he is. The trigger discipline working out. Coming out strong here. The AWP spotted first. Just waiting for the shots. Tyra, only able to get to one, though, as Brashi with the trade.
Almost a sick clip there. I mean, he had them lined up, and he does get a lot of information from that. His teammates are going to feel emboldened to come collect these kills. But, man, what a move from Tyra there. Absolutely fantastic trigger discipline, like you said.
Well, this does send TSG packing, right? They were looking in mid. Maybe they're looking at connector. Now, having a little bit of a discussion about it. Brashi, slaps down denied. 2 versus 4. This one doesn't feel good for TSG. Pushing into ladder. JS Feltner going to chew through Brashi. And it's just going to be up to Chante. Versus 4. Odds definitely not in his favor, but he does have the bomb at the very least. He's also got polar bears all over the site, all over the map, every angle, and it's going to be a 6-3.
I love this. He's even going for the fact that he's even going for waiting for that op to maybe let him get more information and line up a few more kills. But hey, they're following the script. 6-3 now. We'll see if TSG can fight back and get this one. It's going to be awkward, though. 2 Galils, 2 AKs, and a Tech 9. And a very limited amount of utility here. In Control definitely are in position to win this one as well at this point.
Well, this is the point where TSG need to start to make a comeback. And again, if it follows the pattern of the last game, is where they will. Scorchy sitting firebox is a little bit amusing. Does get flashed out, unable to find the shots. And TSG with a fantastic execute out onto the A-bomb site. Now they just need to drive it home. Bomb going to be planted. 3 versus 5 for In Control. Can they find their way back into this round? There's too much utility. It's keeping them back. Are they just going to save?
Yeah, I was going to say I would not hate a save call here. You have 3 guns. You can flip the script here on its head in the next round by saving these guns and making sure you've got a robust full buy into the next round. TSG, they've won this round at this point, right? Those flashes were great. They've got full A control. All your players are locked out of the site on one side of it, so you're not really able to get a split and play for picks on the retake. Yeah, fantastic round from TSG there. Brashi just moving right in, getting the double kill. Unfortunate lineup there. I think that was Beast who was over there at Firebox. Should have had a 2K, honestly, but In Control, keeping these 3 rifles in the round, plus the kits. They're going to be able to full buy into this one. Imagine we see a drop from Calamity, maybe?
Yeah, he's got some good money. But yeah, again, this map is just proceeding suspiciously close to nuke.
Literally. It's quite wild here. Okay,
Well, let's see
Tyra
what
one
we've
more
got.
time. Tries to get out there, but instead, Brashi again with the opening. This time only good for 1. There is a trade from JS Feltner. But meanwhile, it's coming out onto A site and denied. He's going to catch off the top frag of Scorchy. Or one of the top fraggers, Beast, coming alive, getting that 2K finally that he was owed last round. And now Bomb's still not down in 3v2 with numbers 4 In Control. There's a low HP Beast who's not long for this world. And another one for Shantae. Oh, this is all falling apart here, Floofies.
We're getting some brawly, some very dually, skirmishy, execute-heavy Counter-Strike, and I'm just... I've been grinning this whole game because it's just like, what's gonna happen next? Oh, they're gonna crash into each other. It's like a monster truck rally of Mirage.
Yeah, it really was over there at Ticket that round with Beast picking up the 2K, then the nade coming through, and Shantae picking up his own 2K. That was huge from Shantae to hold on to that. If he gets traded out, I think that round goes for In Control. But instead, yeah, we've got a mirror match here from what happened on the first half of Nuke. And TSG, they find those 5 rounds on T-side that I was talking about they so desperately needed.
Well, and the buy is not fantastic for In Control. 2 MP9s, not you know, not the worst thing. Like, feel like I waffle on it so much, right? Like, MP9 feels like it shouldn't be as good as it is, and it doesn't get anything here, but Scorchy lines up too. This does keep it even and in control. With the plan called out, they're going to be over to the B-bomb site fairly quickly here. TSG with a fake plant, but they do get the real thing down.
Yeah, I go back and forth on the MP9s. There's days it feels like they're the most overpowered weapons in the game, and other days it feels like you're just pissing in the wind out there with that thing. And meanwhile, Vulcan is going to get himself two to finish that half up. It is a 6-6 half. And that is what the half was on Nuke, right? 6-6?
It was. And you know what happened? Then the CT side. So the CT side won both pistols on Nuke. So for things to continue as they have, TSG need to win the pistol.
TSG need to win the pistol here. If in control, win the pistol, then the script has officially been cast into the fires of Mordor. And we will be free from its chains. But
Cast
for now,
it into the fire, destroy it.
It's well. That's the only thing I can think about because all I've been playing is Peak recently. Climbing up a volcano.
I need a new Lord of the Rings
game
to play. Lord of the Rings is good times. All right, let's see what we've got here. In control, not doing what TSG did and heading for the B-bomb site. They're heading for A, and they've already found their first. Trying to work this one with pace. That bomb going to be going down. It's 20 seconds into the round, and that bomb is already into position. Still have 5 players alive for In Control, and they are mowing down TSG. They're just eating their way through everything in their path. Though, Vulcan trying to answer back. Got himself a couple of headshots, but it's not going to be enough as Calamity and Beast will throw that script right out as In Control take their 3rd pistol round of the night.
There was a world that Vulcan gets a few more kills there, and that turns into a 2v2 or a 2v1 on pistol round, and TSG takes it. But instead, In Control are able to get that pistol round. They call the timeout out of it, as a matter of fact. And yeah, the script is gone. It's no longer anything like Nuke. Never was, as a matter of fact.
Well, to start things off, it's a lot more orange. You know, Mirage. It's
there is that.
It's not Nuke. You can quote me on that.
I just might.
Excellent.
I just might. Well,
a real insightful analysis coming in here.
Yeah, it's of the deepest analysis possible. I think, I'll be honest with you, Floopies, I think most analysis is bullshit, mainly because I'm bad at it, so, that's me. But I think that was probably some of the best ever.
Rue putting my other favorite analysis in chat. If you know your enemy and you know yourself, you at least know 2 things.
That's yeah. There is that. Okay, Calamity with the flying Mac 10.
Right? Okay.
That's it's the full save here for TSG, so nothing too incredible, but getting 2 on the Mac 10. There is a trade coming from Horizon, who actually gets this Galil the hell out of there, so that's some extra utility for TSG next round. But In Control, they will get themselves a 2nd round here on their T-side start. And it'll be TSG who have to grab this gun round next round to stop the bleeding. And I just noticed Horizon 3-12.
Yeah, that's not what you expect from Horizon. That is the player I'm highlighting as the pop-off potential for TSG, but it's been denied in Vulcan this game. So always good to see the mental get passed around.
Yeah. Well, we've got our gun round. It's the bonus round for In Control.
I mean, if you want to be super technical, did you see how many Mac 10 kills there were? In Control got a ton of money off that.
Okay, well,
so they're going to be feeling very good.
Yeah, that hurts even more than for TSG, but we'll see what they can cook up. It is light utility for them. They've got that one full belt on Horizon, who saved that Galil. But right now, it is Horizon alone over at B. He's got Brashy starting to fall back, but spotted out. This B split should be coming through. They get ladder control. And Brashy gets himself a double. Now can turn his attention, not ready for a third. And spilling out of the apartments, the B site has fallen, and now it's just denied Dante versus JS Feltner and Calamity. Make it just JS Feltner and Calamity as they get themselves a kill each here. And in control, find the bonus round going in their favor. TSG, that one hurts, Loopy. Despite the nice hold here on Cat from Brashy.
I thought that Brashy was going to be the linchpin for the whole thing. I thought that was going to be a TSG round the moment that both players on Cat died. But it was just a steamroller as they spilled out of apartments. And it was a steamroller. It was a snowball. It was rolling downhill.
Yeah, well. Now it's back to a 5-7 close by. JS felt it should be this A split that we've seen a lot of teams working on Mirage. It is a tried and true strat here in the meta right now, and you can see why. It's just clearing out every angles. You have numbers coming out of ramp, and you have numbers coming out of palace. You keep 5 alive in a close round like that, and In Control find themselves 3 away from moving into the grand finals.
You know, they're looking pretty darn good. We've got a tech pause now at 6 and 10, and I feel like I need to see what happens next. This is we suddenly don't have the script from our previous game, so anything could happen. And this is feeling a little bit really painful for TSG. I guess on one hand, right, they don't have to worry about planning for the grand finals. They now have to worry about the EPL closed qualifiers.
Yes, but still gotta try. I know they still want to make it to those grand finals. I mean, money's money, and bragging rights are bragging rights. And OSS is definitely becoming whether or not OS. I just want to say shout out to everybody that's put on all the hard work behind the scenes on OSS. There's a lot of hard work going on from multiple individuals, and it's all volunteer-based. We're all doing it as a passion project. And this thing, despite not being covered by HLTV, is still one of the most favored tournaments right now in North American Counter-Strike by the players. So that's just a really special feeling to be a part of it. And shout out to everybody that does that behind the scenes. But we got a big gun round here, Floopies. Take it away.
Oh my goodness, that was huge. A quick 2-for-2 trade, but In Control continuing to exert their oppression on this A bomb site. It's Calamity, the new player for In Control, to clean things up. 11-6, 2 rounds off the grand finals for In Control. TSG, I don't even know what you get started at this point. That's a long road to be coming back for.
I think this one's done. I think TSG are, it feels a little mentally checked out. Look at this. We have an auto sniper on Scorchy. On T side here in the semifinals. He's going to sell that. It's just a meme. But still, I mean, that's how good In Control are feeling right now. You see right now, Vulcan is pushed up underpass. Might be able to find the timing. That's a good close range battle for the MP9, but a quick trade from JS Feltner. And now looking for this push up from balcony. It's not going to come through. Brashy trying to get some information on mid. Has to fall back. So 1 for 1 here, 30 seconds in. And TSG need to just gather their thoughts and get set up for seconds. Oof. That's not what you want.
So, did you know the T-side auto sniper is actually one of the slowest reloading weapons in the entire game? It actually reloads. It is kind of stupid that you have a clip and you're just like, hold on while I laboriously take this clip out and then put it into the auto sniper. Only outdone by the 2 LMGs in the game, the M249 and the Negev. It's a weird imbalance with the fact that the reload speed for the Scar 20, the CT auto sniper, is nearly twice as fast. Just a fun little bit of trivia, though I will say.
I know that. That is very interesting. I mean, I know it has to come down to needing to balance the gun. Meanwhile, Horizon, hold on. Okay, Brashy holding on for dear life here with 1 HP. TSG is going to stay alive, get themselves a 7th round. And in control, don't get the plant there. They do still have plenty of money to buy into this round, so that's not an issue. But yeah, to finish my thought about the auto sniper, I imagine it all just has to do with balancing the weapon. But interesting they do that for the T side, but not the CT side.
Yeah, the other thing is the auto snipers, at least back and go, if you were to load up an Overwatch demo, the auto sniper was one of the things that a lot of cheaters would buy, because if you're spinning, it's basically like a fast scout, and everybody likes the scout if you're cheating because you just headshot people through walls. Auto sniper just does that, but better.
It does do that.
With that being said, though, back into this game, look at the damage already. In control, they've taken down Shantae. Good damage onto the others. Beast gonna burn through Brashi.
That's actually B site fallen. I mean, they're moving Horizon Vulcan over here. He's going to come out of market. In control don't know that they have B site, but these numbers thinned out for TSG. They have to imagine that they're stacked more towards B at this moment. Look at this through window. Scorchy catching Vulcan on the market. That's an op down. And that's A site down as well. It's just Horizon and TSG with that big round win last round. Of course, they keep themselves alive here, but they also shoot themselves in the foot economically as they kept one player alive with one gun and had to fully reinvest into this round. In control, they're going to get this bomb down. They're going to move to 12-7, and Horizon has to get this op out of the round into the next round if TSG want a chance here on Mirage.
Now he's got to survive first, and he's flashed up by Beast and melted by Scorchy, who didn't have armor.
Okay. I wonder
Well,
if
that might
his
just
armor
be
ran
it.
out that round. Because he's 22 and 11. I don't know how many rounds he hasn't died. Well, let's assume that and not that he didn't buy armor.
Running out of armor, that's something I'd love to have a stat on, honestly. Just to be like, how often do players keep their armor so long that it goes from 100 to 0?
I would love to know that stat as well.
Hold on, execute out onto the A-bomb site. MP9 gets 1, but Beast with the trade to keep things even. Denied trying to hold them off, but he can't quite hold on. 2 kills for Tyra, and it's 2 versus 3. These MP9s need to go huge for TSG, but it's just not working out. Horizon melting in jungle, down to 85 HP. Kind of got the tool for the job. Scorchy, Calamity, and Tyra all on low HP. This MP9 could shoot right on through, but that HE is going to do critical damage, down to 20 hit points. Can he pull this one off? Trying to make his way on in from T steps. It's not going to be allowed. Scorchy to put the final nail in the coffin. In control. Move on to the grand finals, 13-7.
That is huge. I mean, in control. We kind of called it. We thought that they might be able to 2-0 TSG tonight, but man, they looked on fire there after those first 5 rounds of Nuke. They looked, again, I want to bring it back to, they looked very flat there at the beginning of Nuke. Looked like they were like warming up on the server as it was starting. But once they got warm, I mean, they didn't stop across both of those maps. And TSG played fine. They looked all right out there, but In Control have been finding some really great form with Calamity as the addition. So shout out to In Control for making it to the grand finals.
I mean, this just going down the line here. Scorchy with 105 ADR, a 2.09 KD, nearly 50% headshots too. Like, Scorchy was out of this world on Mirage. You let this dude get the guns he wanted, and it was just lights out. TSG needed to be stopping him, and they just weren't. Shantae and Horizon were, again, a couple of the best players for TSG, but they were no match. And yeah, In Control absolutely deserving of a grand final.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see how it goes. That is going to do it for us here tonight on the OSSCS channel. It was a quick 2-0 there from In Control. Tomorrow night, we will have Mr. H-Bat and your boy Storm casting it up for Omen Esports versus Drugs and Pugs, where we'll find out our next grand finalist. Make sure you guys tune into that one tomorrow night. I believe it's at... Hang on now.
I think that one's at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so 7 p.m.
It is at 8 p.m. Eastern, so a little bit earlier start time than normal. So, Floofy, do you have any shout outs or plugs you want to give before we get out of here?
I mean, if you liked the casting you heard from me tonight, you can see my name is down in the title. You can follow the stream from there, and the rest of my links are going to be on that page. The other big shout out, we got to make sure we give our flowers to the production tonight, partially because it's awesome, and partially because, well, he's sitting off to my left.
Yeah, shout out to Rubles on main for the production here tonight. We very much appreciate it. He does a wonderful job. We love seeing him, and yeah, we might have these guys back for grand finals. You never know. I'll be back for grand finals on Sunday, but the channel will be back tomorrow night. Let's go. Who's streaming in the Counter-Strike world? Let's see here. Should we go dump it off into the Counter-Strike Confederation?
We could do that. I'm looking to see who else we got here for a fun little raid. What if we go to Wolfie? Wolfie's doing FPL.
I saw Pone Alone as well. Where is Wolfie?
He's on Wolfie Twitch.
Is it WOLFE?
No, it's here. I'll put it in chat.
Yeah, put it in chat for me.
There you go. But again, I do want to say thank you to everybody that stopped by. I'm sure more of you were here to watch the specific teams than to watch a specific one of us, but whether you're here for the teams or you're here for the casters, you're here for the production, we appreciate you. Coming out here is the best way to support North American, is one of the best ways you can support North American Counter-Strike, so shout outs to the viewers.
Yes, very much so. All right, folks, you guys have a wonderful evening, and we are out. Enjoy the Wolfie Twitch raid.